The OV-10 Bronco, a light, versatile twin-turboprop beast used for light attack and observation ops in the 1960s, has come to flight simulator. Developed by Ariebaba, the OV-10 is their first release as freeware, and I am certainly impressed. Within a week, it's already garnered over 8,000 downloads. It really is a blast to fly, and today I'll showcase its capabilities in carrier ops, as well as how getting in and out of sticky situations in Vietnam was quick work for the Bronco. From really up close, you can see that the textures are not super high def, but as a freeware aircraft, I think they did just fine. Although the startup procedures and flight manual have not yet been completed by the developer, they have stated that finding a flight manual online would be sufficient. However, startup is super easy nevertheless. Down and to the left, we will find the ignition and unfeathered quadrant, where we need to switch our battery and generators on. Then, check our condition lever on the right for normal flight. That's adjusted with the prop speed adjustment setting. Then, we make sure the throttles are switched to ground start, and this is activated by toggling reverse thrusters on your joystick or HOTAS. Then to start number 1, just open up the feather switch cover and set it to crank. We had done that in the beginning. Then switch the inverter to number 1, and then the left start switch to start, and just repeat the process from the feather switch cover until the start switch for number 2 as well. I almost forgot, it's important to note that the toggle switches have been configured backward. So the switches that go up and down, you will need to scroll the opposite direction using a mouse. With 715 horsepower on each wing and an empty weight of 7,400 pounds, the Bronco is built to get in and out of small places like highways and jungles in Vietnam. Outside of the Carbon Cub and a few other STOL aircraft, the Bronco is now my favorite in this category because of what it's capable of. Check this out. Fittingly, I'm showcasing its capabilities as a forward air control platform over the Ho Chi Minh region. Loitering is the key word here, as it was great at flying low and slow while still being agile, as you'll see here. I must disclose that the flight model is pretty slippy on every axis, so you will need to be diligent with rudder control, as well as when you pull up harder in turns, because it'll stall pretty easy. The angle of attack gets above 30 degrees pretty quickly. The Bronco's versatility in so many different roles has made it an invaluable asset to countries that still use it, like Venezuela and the Philippines. Obviously, not just for short field landings on golf courses, but for close air support, reconnaissance, counterinsurgency, and cargo personnel transport. The thing can do everything. If you remember playing Flight Simulator X, there was a mission where you practiced a corkscrew landing in the Learjet. I'm utilizing what I learned back then for this landing. If you really like STOL stuff, it really is worth downloading this aircraft to hop around with friends for bush flights and whatever involves landing and stopping really fast, or taking off in a really short distance. The download actually comes with 3 variants: the US Marines livery, the Air Force, which we just saw flying through Vietnam, as well as the Black Ponies, used by the US Navy, which we will be flying to showcase what it was like flying this thing from an aircraft carrier. Carrier ops requirements for the Bronco. Arrestor cables, they won't be necessary. Reverse thrust, forget about it, we're stalling at 30 knots. The takeoff distance, around 2 feet. This thing can practically VTOL here. This video was a blast putting together. You'll catch me flying the Bronco a lot more online. Let me know if you enjoyed that, and if you'd like more aircraft reviews, just let me know in the comments down below. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one, and as always, thanks for tuning in.